Good morning from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And if you've been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, chances are you've been where I'm going today. And where I'm going today is a spot that I've wanted to go to for as long as I can remember. And it's just one of those places that I just never got around to going and seeing. And that is the Smoky Mountains National Park. And I've always wanted to do this. Smoky Mountains, I mean, just with a name like Smoky Mountains. Well, actually, when you think about it, Smoky Mountains. Having just spent the summer out west with day after day of smoke-filled skies, maybe the name Smoky Mountains isn't as appealing. But anyway, so I'm going to go do the Smoky Mountains, and from the pictures that I've seen, this place is just stunning. It's beautiful. And I've always wanted to go through the Smoky Mountains in the autumn, and today being November 10th is going to allow me to do that. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be in the low 70s today. It's a Wednesday morning, not a lot of traffic. It's early. I'm hoping to see some wildlife, particularly some bears. I want to see some black bears. That would be wonderful. That really would be good. So anyway, it's the day is early, and I need to find my way down to Greenville, South Carolina before the day is through. So the first spot that I'm going to go to here is Cades Cove, C-A-D-E-S, Cades Cove. And I'm going to bring you along. Cades Cove is actually in the opposite direction that I'm going to end up going later today. So I wanted to get an early start, and it's about an hour out and an hour back. And then with all the stopping and what have you, probably better part of 3 or 4 hours. So I'd like to be back here by noon, and then take a soak in the jacuzzi here at the hotel. I'm staying at the Appalachian Inn in Gatlinburg. It's a great place. And I'm going to take a soak in a jacuzzi and then take a nice afternoon drive down to Greenville and bring you along. So I've got the right hat. You see, I've got the right hat. I look hillbilly, and let's go see the Smoky Mountains. And here would be the entrance to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Look at this, and there's not a lot of traffic. And I think this is just going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Wow. Just gorgeous. And I'm just catching the tail end of autumn here. So I'm just going to put on some nice music and just enjoy this incredible opportunity to see this beautiful spot. Boy, I don't have a lot of regrets in life, but if I did have one, it would be the fact that I didn't clean my windshield for this drive. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful, and it's almost like I've got the place to myself. Well, speak too soon. Here comes a car. But I just got some beautiful jazz music playing, and I'm just enjoying this scenery. And it really is the tail end, I can see. But as you can see, there are some beautiful colors. So I'm just going to put on the music and enjoy the drive. And I hope to see some wildlife. I want to see Smoky the bear. Boy, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. And I'm just driving along. As I started doing this segment of my video, I was listening to Van Morrison, Hymns to the Silence. And if you've never heard that song, take a moment and search for it. Hymns to the Silence. And driving along through these mountains is it's beyond description, to be quite honest with you. I just can't find the words to describe the beauty. And with all the craziness going on in the world right now, to find myself in such a serene, tranquil, beautiful place, I just can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am for this. Oh my goodness, it's just absolutely stunning. And you think about a lot of things when you're in a car driving by yourself through such a space, or place I should say, as this. And I just think about all the places that I've traveled in the world, and thinking about how when I was a little kid I used to want to travel the world at will. And here I am driving through the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee after having just come back from the south of Brazil and the mountains of Montana, and the winding roads of Tasmania, and the pristine beaches of Western Australia. And it's just amazing. It's beyond belief for me, to be quite honest with you. In my mind, I'm still that little boy growing up on the shore of Lake Erie, looking out a classroom window at Euclid High School, and thinking that given one life and one world, it'd be a shame not to see as much of it as possible before you go. And here I am doing just that. And it's not by anything other than the grace of God that I've been able to see as much of this world as I've been able to over the last 20, 30 years. Just beautiful. I just want to share all of this. It is just, oh boy. And there's cars here or there, but for the most part, I've got this to myself. And I'd imagine you come back in about a week, and these trees will be bare, and all the leaves up on those branches right now will be down on the floor of the forest. Boy, this really is something. Well, I've made it to Cades Cove, and I decided to splurge. This set me back $1, but for me that's big money. There once was a day when $1 was a lot of money for me, believe it or not. And this is the book that'll give you some of the highlights. I'm on the Cades Cove Loop Road. It's an 11-mile road through the cove, and the cove in Smoky Mountain vernacular, I think that's the word that I read here, means that it is a relatively flat valley between mountains or ridges. So this 11-mile road, in the summertime on Wednesdays they close it for bikes, so you can go through here on a bicycle without worry of car on Wednesdays in the summer. But I'm gonna just take a beautiful drive through here, and there's some various buildings to stop and see along the way, so maybe I'll do some of those. But it's gonna be nice, and you can go online and search all the information you want about Cades Cove. But let's go see this beautiful place. Look at this. Boy, I can only imagine how wonderful this would be, riding a bike down here. Oh boy, that would be something to put on my bucket list. Taking a bike ride through here. So I see a deer off in the distance on my right in a field. But this is just really, really wonderful. Wow. Just gorgeous. Hopefully we'll see a bear. All right, so there's something here. We will see. I don't know if it's a bear. No, these people wouldn't be. Well, maybe they would be out of their cars, but let's see what they're looking at. Oh, they're looking at a deer. That's what everybody has stopped to see a deer, you see. Oh dear, look at that. So everyone stopped so that they could see this deer. All right, so let's let's continue on. I want to see a bear. Well, I've hit the traffic. Oh, you know, this is a one lane road, one way road, and it seems that, you know, it's 20 miles an hour, and if there's the slightest sighting of any wildlife, everything comes to a crawl, so to speak. And I don't know how I could even imagine having the opportunity to see a bear, because if there were a bear, then all these people way up ahead of me, wherever the bear was, they'd stop, and then we'd all be, you know, standing in a traffic jam, waiting for the bear to leave so they would leave, and then we could move on. But anyway, here's this is what slowed down everybody right here. There's a turkey. You see, I'm not the only turkey here in the park. Where is it? It's somewhere. See, everybody's stopping to take a picture of the turkey. But there's the turkey right there. Look at that. All right. Oh goodness! But there's the valley to give you a nice view of the valley. There it is. Beautiful. Really, really pretty. I'm the better part of 3/4 of the way through the loop, and as I'm sitting here just looking at the rear tailgate of the Dodge Ram ahead of me, I find myself thinking that you know, if you're going to come here to the Cove and do the loop, and you're going to stop and take some hikes, or you're going to see some of the scenic, you know, the historic buildings, I should say, then I would definitely recommend it. But if you're going to do what I did and just come for the drive itself, the loop, chances are you're going to be sitting in traffic, bumper to bumper, you know, at 10 miles an hour. So I don't know that I would necessarily recommend it. But you know what, I am going to stop here. This is stop number 15, the Dan Lawson Place, whoever Dan Lawson was. So we'll stop and check out this one spot before I exit the loop. Well, this would be the Dan Lawson Place, and this is one of numerous different historic sites that you can stop and see. And I don't know if Dan knew at the time when he was building this property that it would become a historic place or not. But here it is, and it was built in 1856 on land bought from his father-in-law, Peter Cable, whose home stood to the west across the stream. The brick chimney was unusual for the time and locale. It was built of bricks made on the site, and Lawson owned a swath of land starting at the Tennessee-North Carolina line on the mountain crest to the south, and coming down the mountain and across the cove in the north to the top of the Cades Cove mountain. The original house of hewn logs was built before sawmills came to the cove, but an examination shows that sawed lumber later was used in additions and maintenance. The small building closest to the home is a granary, and the other is a smokehouse. So this would be the smokehouse right here. Looks like it's got a relatively new roof on it. But here they would smoke whatever it was they had. Look at that. And there's your floor. Right there. It's amazing. If I can. Wow. Look at that. 150, probably about 170 years old. This would be the granary right here. Beautiful country. Can't imagine how they spent their days out here. No internet, no TV, no radio. Here's the home. What you can see of it. There you go. Boy, but the winters were cold. And here's the front porch. That's something. Look at the view. Wow. This would have been maybe the master bedroom. I don't know. All right, on with the tour. What a beautiful day this is. Just beautiful. And neighbors up the road to the Lawsons would be the Tiptons. You see, maybe they got together now and then, but this is Tipton Place. Colonel Hamp Tipton, who served in the Mexican War, owned property in Cades Cove, but lived in Tout Cove. He had this house built in the 1870s. Among those who lived in it were his daughters, Miss Lucy and Miss Lizzie, who taught school in the Cove, and the James McCulley family. The McCulleys rented the place briefly in the late 1870s before James bought land and built his own home. But look at this. Look at this place here. Rather nice home. Two-story home at that. I'm not gonna walk inside, but I'll show you the outside, and then just right across the roadway here, there's another rather interesting building. But look at that. 2 stories. And they've got maybe that's a outhouse in the back or something. Or maybe that's their smokehouse. Wow. But what caught my attention was this building just across the road over here. Perhaps it's a barn, but when you're looking at pictures of Cades Cove, you're gonna see this building that I'm about to share with you. Not this one, but rather this one here. Look at that. I would imagine maybe they stored hay or whatever it was up there on the top. That's quite an interesting building. Look at that. This probably be as good of any spot to wrap up this video. I just exited the loop, and this would be the Cades Cove Ranger Station. Camping here is only $25 a day, which is rather affordable, to be quite honest with you, based upon my experience of camping for the last 4 months, or several months over the summer, I should say. But this would be the store. This is they have the campground store here, and they've got bike rentals. You can come and pick up a bike here if you wanted to ride the loop on a Wednesday during the summer. So I'm gonna just do a little walk and talk through the campground store if it's open, and maybe grab myself a cup of joe for the trip back to Gatlinburg. And as I say that, I found myself wondering, why do they call it a cup of joe instead of a cup of Bob, or a cup of Tom for that matter. But let's go inside and take a look. Let's see here. Now they are open. Look at this. So you can pick yourself up all types of little souvenirs here. I got a mask mandate in place, so I gotta put my mask on. Very nice. Oh, when they do, you can grab yourself a coffee. And all of this. All right. Probably get yourself some brekkie while you're here. Okay, folks. I hope you enjoyed the visit here to Cades Cove. Now I've got another drive to do as well. So after I find my way back to the hotel, have a great day.